this video, we will move to the chapter 4, class and object for this book. Within this one, we have several sub chapters, and this video will focus on the first one to know the concept and the definition and the key features of a class compared to the object. And later on, we will have some the tradition, the contents about the class and what are the properties, what are the attributes and the method, and some the characters of the class like inheritance, polymorphism, and class method compared to the static method. In short, we will not go to too much detail because Python as one object-oriented programming language is similar to all kinds of the other the OOP like C++. So you may already know a lot about the object and the class concept. The purpose for this, let's move to the mind map. Then you can see the sequence. So after this one, we actually we will go to the basic, and here is we will have some other the knowledge to be prepared, like is how to handle the errors, how to read and write the file in your operating systems, and what are the concepts between the module and the package, and some open use the modules. But overall, we are still in part 1, Python basics. The purpose is we are focused on the second part of how we use Python in Microsoft Office. So all these part 1 are the basic or the preparation knowledge that we will use those to work with Excel, Word, PowerPoint, and some other tools like PDF. So let's move to this part, and I have already updated this chapter 4 in the mind map for 4.1, and I will keep adding some key things here when we come to the next chapter. And also, I have updated the repository, which you can see from here. So if you go to the repository in the GitHub, and also this GitHub is synchronized to GT. If you from the China mainland, you can go to GT to get this the mirrored content. After the mind map structure, I'm starting to add our list table here of the videos. Besides the YouTube, you may also find the video from the multiple other the websites of the video sites. So in the Xigua Shipin and Douyin is already have the first try the videos, and this list will be keep growing. And if you want to go to the video list directly, you can go to here. So those are the one thing, and another thing is within the this paragraph, those folders, I have added these chapter names so that you can have a more clear the way to find out the contents. So we finished this chapter 3 last video, and from this video we move to the chapter 4, and we use 4.1 to talk about those class. So first, from the author, they talk about the basic concept of between the class and object. Just in short, I want to give you the contents. So when we come to the class and object, we will just need to consider one key thing is the object is the instantiated of the class. So you have a class, then you create an instance of this class, then this is the object. You can have one class and you have multiple objects based on this class. And then I gave you some key the words or concept between class and the object when we compare. So before we go to the demo, so first is our class is our user-defined blueprint. So remember this blueprint word. This is the key. So it's not a real thing. It's just our defined thing. So blueprint or prototype. From which object are created. So you have a blueprint, then you based on blueprint, you make the object. Like is you have our building. If you want to the construct, you have that design, the diagram. So that we normally is like our blueprint, or we can see the city mapping of your city or town in the paper design. But based on that is you will create multiple buildings. So those every building based on your blueprint will be our object. And the class provides our means of bundle data and the functionality together. So within our class, you define the data, you define the functionality, and combine them. And creating a new class, creating a new type of object. Allow this is type is the keywords, allowing new instance of that type to be made. So how you define a class? Class is as a keywords. Just remember here is the not the capital with C, it's the small c. This is the reserved keywords, and then this is your defined class name, and then within the class name definition, you have a lot of the statements of freedom. Then compared to that is object. An object is an instance of a class, so that is the words for this instantiate, the meaning. A class is like a blueprint, and the instance is a copy of the class with actual value. So you bring the actual value to our blueprint, then this will become in our object. And then we have some key things for object. Object consists of a state, which is represented by attributes of an object, also reflect the property of an object. Secondly, is object consists of a behavior, represented by the method, also reflect the response of the object to another object. So like is API. If you make an API call, actually you call from this object to another object. Each object can be our instance of the class. And also in object consists of identity, give an unique this name to an object and enable one object to interact with other object. The definition for object is different to class. So you give like you assign a value to our variable. So object is you can consider that is a variable or kind of a variable. Is equal to class name. This class name is what you defined here, and with this open and close parentheses. And then you can use this object. So sorry, here I make a new. So object with the attributes to use that, or object with the method. So that is the comparison between class and object. And moving on, let's do some the practice altogether based on this book. So first one is within Python, everything is an object, and the object is the initial instance of the class. So that is the thing we have put that already. So let's put this first. Let's call this class person. .py. So we got this the first the name and use. Remember, it's starting from small c. So we made our object. The class definition is a class with your class name. Then we have our the function within that is this underscore init. INIT is the initialization short. So init and with a self. This we called as our initialization method. Also, we call this a construct method. So we have this to underscore before and after. This initialization method will be automatically executed when you instantiated of this object. So it at least have one the arguments or parameter called self. So then these can be used within your class. So we gave some name. So name is my name is Yasin. So I got this, and the self age. So I just use this 18. That's all. So remember, is if you quit of your definition, just back to this to indent. So you can see here, you are already able to run, but there's nothing because you just make our definition. You don't have any operation to that. To make our usage of your class, you need to instantiate of your class. So what that means is remember our definition. Now, when you put your class name, person is your class name with this open close parentheses, that is define our object. You assign this to P1, so that is the person one. P1 is one object, is one instance of your class person. You can have multiple instance. So now you have a two person instance. What we are testing within this demo is we test to check is whether these are two separate instances. So to understand that is we will print is memory address, and then we print use their initialization the method to load P1's name and P1's age. Use dot between your object and this method. So that is the first, and then we have the second. So those we want to see the P2. So infer, maybe we see infer of P1. And then we have this infer of P2. Let's try to execute. So you see here, P1, they have definitely we don't have the same address like sample, but the purpose is we compare these two objects, the memory address, so they are different, but we can load the same initialization, the method's value. So name and age are same, and then the address will be different. So from here is we can see what we where is the this authors mentioned. So so when we instantiated of this P1, P2, these are two objects. They have the different ID, but they have the same name value and the age value. I emphasize here is the value, not they are coming from the different object already. So, let's try to see. Do we have a way to see the ID of P1.name? Is this available? So yeah, so we can also try to see here. So we have our name, we have our age. So ID P1.age, and these are two, and we have ID P2.age. Let's have all of them compared. So you can see here. So this name and age, they actually have the same ID, but they are coming from the different object. So if we keep running, every running is we have the new instance, but over the name and age are coming from the same ID. So that is the thing I want you to emphasize. So I put this as R1. So let me see. This is the first class. Let's update this one to second one. We come to the another sample. So here we do this little modify this not only this self, and we give two another arguments, age equal to 1. So you can consider this initialization method is just our normal function. So within the normal function, we can have the more argument transfer into those functions. So it's in this light a little gray color. It means you didn't use this. And if you put that without our default value, when you call this or when you instance this class, you must transfer the value there. So if you don't transfer any value, then you will have our arrow. So let's see here. I will read from this transferred value. So now here is the dynamic, not the hard coding. So let me see here, like the author. So I put is 18. So if I put the second one is empty, so let's save and run. So you can see here, P1 is fine, P2 is arrow. The arrow is the initialization method missing one required positional argument. This is the positional argument, means this is the first argument. It's counted the name as the first, age as the second, because self, you don't need to give our value transfer in. So at least you need to give our name, and you can ignore the second one because they have the this default value. So now is my age is 1, Pan's age is 18, and this one now you can notice is first same as we don't have the this same ID for the object, and also we don't have the same ID anymore for the name and age, because you are using this self name, self age as our variable. So they are reading from the different assignment, not the hard coding. So they will not same anymore. So that is the thing is beyond this the sample I want you to notice. Even here is a pen. Even I gave our same name. So let me see here. So if I assign that is the same name, this name is coming to here is the same address, but age is not. So let's see if I give our same age, then they should come to the same the address. So that is the interesting part. If I say here is 28, then you get different, because the value change. They need to use another the memory location to store your variables. So pay attention to those, because if you have some program is need to depend on the memory's address or RAM address, then this kind of the comparison will be important for you to be noticed. And let's continue to change on, go to the 3. Still is we'll keep changing our person's the class. This one is we still have the first one, no change, and the P1 we have this pen 18. Then we print this the original. So let's see. So print original age is p1.age, and then we still have we don't need this p2, just instance 1. So now we are changing. So let's change this to 20, and then we print updated age is now is p1.age. So let's have a look. So we can print our original, we change this, then what we are utilize is you just treat p1.age like our normal variable. So you can processing or operate this as a variable. And then because we don't define any kind of the type, so if I want to see is unknown. So let's see. So now you actually is you assign the p1 as our the string. So type p1.age. So you can see now these are string, and if I put here this one, so it's integer. So that is depending on how you treat your value. Well, we don't have this strict part, and we only define name and age. But here you can create or you can add more these properties for your this class. So now I just create a p1.height. So it's called 身高. So it's a height is p1.height. This is not defined when you first initialize your object, but you still have this available in your class now. So you add into one new property of your class. So you can just changing. So just use this object dot property to access your property value, and you can change, reassign the value. And if you assign the property is not exist, it's not pop-up arrow. It just dynamically give this instance are the values. But you create this is dynamic. So if I now is put person, let's put this and print p2.height. Let me see here. You can see when you initial another one, so they will instance from the original definition. So this one, you don't dynamically add our new attributes to your object. So it's not recognized by your P2. So you just give this object our new the property. Is not means you create our new property or add a new property to your class. So that is the very important difference you compare between class and your object. Class is a static definition. Object is a dynamic instance of your the class. So this one is you will pop up arrow. So, and then we have further. Let's go to the number 4 sample. So we have our the initial. So let's delete those. So we have our initial this method, and we can define the more functions like we see. We will use just the say to print something, and the input is a self. Within your class, when you use a self, it's just call the internal the functions. Let me see, the increments equal to self dot calculate. Here I found this from the author. Maybe it's just have this one. So calculate should be let's see. So self age. So this age. Let me see. Self calculate. Where is the calculate? Calculate is self and A and B. So A plus B. So let's see. So I use this comma minus 18. So this is our increment and print. We say here and we print this one, and we will. This is also within this say function. So hello, my name is years old, and I've been adult for how many years? Then we use this format. Format is we give those, we have 3 variables in this print. So first is self name is my name, self age is my age, and the increment is the calculation. So is my age decrease by, or the minus by 18. So that is the say. So and then we define the calculate function. So it's transfer a self and then the A and B. And what this means is calculate is return A. Let's see, return A plus B. A plus B is the interesting part, because the author used minus 18. So A plus B means A minus 18 is A plus minus 18. So that is quite smart way. So now we have, sorry, it's not result, it's a return. Only this third one, we have this return value. Now we can ensure you back all the indent, and you make our instance of your class. So person is, let me see, with my name, Yasin 25, 23, for example. And then we call T1. It's like you call the property, but now you call our function, so or method. So P1 say, and say just use the self, so you don't need to bring anything. And because I have Yasin, it's coming to the self name. 23 come to the age. So this one is transferred to. So I have the age, and it will be calculated. So let me first go to see the result from here. So let's see the definition calculate AB. So here I forgot of this definition syntax. And then come to hello, my name is Yasin. I am 22, so load my age, and I've been adult for 5 years. So this means 23 minus by 18 is 5. So this is running the very smoothly. So calc result is P1 dot calc calculate 2 and 3. 2 and 3 means 2 plus 3. So then we can directly use this as our calculator as well. So we can see the calculation result is we use this format print. So then dot format with our calc result. So let's just use more readable. So calc result. Then calc result will be 5. So you can now can use this 2318. So we use this minus 18. So those are our real calculation. So this is 5, and same is to simulate what this C method called the calculate method. So inside your class, you can call each other, and when you define one of these user-defined the method, you can also call this from external directly when you have your the per object defined or initialized. So let's continue. So if our object doesn't have this code restriction, you can just take free to change your class. So let's go to this 5. Instead of we keep change, actually, so we remove anything. So we just give a pass. Pass means you cannot keep your the class definition totally empty. So class is the keywords. If you don't have this class, let me see. So here, let's remove all the things. You just give our person, then you have our expected and intended block after class definition on line 1. So it must waiting something. So now if you give a class, it's just our dummy part. So it's just prevent the error pop up. Now within the class is we have nothing. Then we define our calculate. This calculate now is outside your class, not inside. So A and B. So print is calling calculate method, and then we return A plus B. So this is our function. So now we initialize the first object of a person. So we have our P1, but there's not any properties. So when you use property, which means dynamically you create or you add a property into your instance, not into back your class. Remember that. So let's see, we give a name and the print P1 dot name is, and use this P1 dot name. So let's see here. We have a P1 dot name is ice as expected. P1 dot say equal to calculate. It just says say load this calculate, but the calculate is not inside your the class. So this means it dynamically you give our property, dynamically you bundle our method to your object, not class property. So now you can use calculation result is P1.C E1 and 2. It's already returned the 1 plus 2, then we print calculation is if you keep using this format, then you can use the same style. So now we have this one, calculation result is 3, and we are calling this, which means we come into the calculate method and call that dynamically, even your class is empty. So that is the way is we want to introduce within this small chapter to you about comparison, the key features or definitions or characters between class and object. This is our very basic the understanding you need to have before we move to this chapter. Next chapter we will talking about the private property and the private the method. Like is you define our variable, you have the global variable, you have the private variable inside some the method. So well, within the class, you also have such kind of the similarity. And I hope is you can also do all these 5 example yourself again. And then I hope you get this same result. See you next video. Bye for now.